right, so in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do this effect with the text crawling across the top and the bottom of the screen. I'm going to show you how to do it the way they have it done, but you can do it however you want, obviously. I'm just going to use this footage here just to make it easier. First things first, you want to take your footage, move it up one, because we're going to drop a color matte underneath it. And how you get your color mattes is you go to your File, New, and come down to Color Matte. It'll default to whatever your timeline is, so 1920 by 1080 at 24 frames per second. Yes, you can pick a color, whatever color you want, click OK. You can name it whatever you want, click OK. It'll show up over in your project window, wherever you have that positioned on the screen, and it will give you a clip that's 5 seconds long. Now you can make this clip as long or as short as you want. Doesn't really matter because it's a color matte. So, you can't see it, which is fine. We're going to pull a crop over here. Just go to your effects, type in crop, take the crop, pull it onto your video footage. We're going to crop it down by 10% on top and then 10% on the bottom as well. I like using the safe margins as kind of like a guide for the crop. You can toggle them on by right-clicking up here and toggling on safe margins, or toggle them off. Next, you want to go to your File, New, and then come down to Legacy Title. And what this will do, and you can name it whatever you want, and again, it will default to your timeline settings. This will open up your title creation tool, which is the fun tool that you should be able to use for pretty much any title work you need to do that's not too crazy in Premiere. And you have all these styles and everything down below as well. For some reason, oh, there we go. I was going to say it wasn't letting me scroll there for a second. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. So first things first, yours will probably look like this. So you want to come up here to this little eye with the film behind it. And this shows the background video. And that will be wherever your playhead is. If it's over here, for instance, you won't see anything. It'll just be black. So you want to make sure it's over your footage so you can see what's behind it. By default, your text tool should be selected. If not, just click over here and it'll select it. Click anywhere and you can type in whatever you want. I'm just going to say, let's go, because it's going to run across the screen. And then I'm going to put a couple exclamation marks after it. It doesn't matter if it runs off the screen. You'll be able to adjust that later. You can also like make it bigger or change the font to something cool looking, you know, like that. And what I would do next is just, if it's going to be the same on the top as it is on the bottom, just select it and copy it with Command A and Command C, and then come down here and Command V and paste it in. Next thing, up here where there's these two little arrows pointing up and down, you want to click on that and you want to go down to crawl left. Now you can do this for roll too, like if you want credits, like rolling credits, you can make your credits in this tool as well, but for this we're going to use the crawl left. And down here for timing frames, I want it to start off screen and end off screen, so just select those and click OK. So now you have the slider here so you can see the whole thing. Oh, I messed up here. I wanted exclamation marks there. Do that here too. But I would come up here to your selection tool and just kind of move them around a little bit, just so they're even and everything. And I like using safe margins for that as well, and they'll show up in this Right, so you can see it goes like that. But that's pretty much it, unless you want to add like some styling from this. Like you can do whatever you want to them. This kind of adds like a glow around them, and you can do pretty much anything over here as well. There's tons of settings that you can play around with. But once you're done, you don't have to click save or anything. Just exit out, and it'll show up over in your project window with whatever you named it, and you can scrub through it and see what it looks like there as well. And you can just drag that down onto your timeline. Again, it'll make it 5 seconds, just like the color mat, and you can make it as long or as short as you need. It won't like mess up the video. And if you find something, if you play through it and you're like, oh, that's not exactly what I wanted, but you don't want to make a whole new title, you just want to edit it a little bit, you just have to double click on it over here and it'll open it back up in the title tool. So there you go. That's pretty much it. You play through, crawls across the top and the bottom, and you can also change the speed of this as well. But I guess you would kind of want it to go with what's being said. And you can change the speed by right-clicking on it and going to speed duration, and you can change the duration of it, which changes the speed, and you can also do that by making it shorter as well. So shorter it is, the faster it'll go across the screen, or the longer it is, the slower it'll go across the screen. So yeah, there you go.